Okay, well,
All right,
does it look good?
yeah, it looks great. You're live in the recording. Ah. All right. I don't even know how I'm gonna start this with you, to be honest. I know like a lot
All right,
about you.
let's get the brain right out. Let's have little Coca-Cola man with the globe here,
I like
and let's have
that.
my
That's
fidgets.
cool.
Let's just have me have my fidget spinner.
I have a wait, hold on. My grandma got this for me like many years ago. But it's a fidget spinner with my name on it. It's like all dusty. That's how you know I
What?
haven't
A
used it.
fidget spinner with your name?
Yeah.
I have this one that just lights up,
Oh, that's cool.
and one of them doesn't even work.
See, we can be acoustic together.
Yeah, we could be stupid together.
This is
This is
gonna be the
great.
whole interview. RapMonster, Dylan, that's him. He won No Jawns 5, and I clarified with Ja Ryden in our interview. This is like definitely the biggest Luigi tournament ever won. Like a Luigi has never won a tournament as big as this. The only thing that comes remotely close is Abate won Man on a Ledge. It was one of the, I think it was a weekly series or a bi-weekly series. It was Man on a Ledge won something something, and he beat it. He won over. I think there's like 70ish entrants, and he won it over Polish and Hbox. So, Hbox,
And Hbox,
yeah, that's
wait.
that's a really big name. So I did some research. I'm just like, this doesn't make any sense. I've never heard anything about it. So I looked
Do
into
they
it.
play?
Yes, it was Grands. So Hbox was playing Ness and Falco. I was like, okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I don't really think it's close to.
That's a crash out.
Yeah, I don't think that's close to your performance or anything. But I was just like doing some research. I was seeing if any other Luigi won anything. I saw Man on a Ledge. I'm like, wait, Hbox, and then I looked more into it. I was just like, never mind, because I
If a
for
bait
sure
beat
would have heard something about that if he actually beat Hbox's Puff. But
I'd
nah.
be flipping. I'd be crashing out.
I mean, speaking of, like, no Luigi has ever beaten Hbox's Puff. I don't think any Luigi. Oh, glow in the dark, cool. I was just like, where'd the lights go?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this, and this is my light source the entire time.
Okay. I don't think there's been a single Luigi that's even brought Hbox to Game 5, has there? Or have you brought him to Game 5 in a net play set before?
I've only brought him to game four. Fuck
Yeah.
me. Fuck my chunkus life.
I mean, we're working on the matchup together. You'll get there. Sometimes I play
Everyone
my
has to.
Puff versus you, and I'm just like, this is actually terrible. I hate playing
Now I have
this.
to do that versus H Fox
Yeah,
and
it's
SDJ
very
too.
possible. The only person who's made me crash out so hard, you were there in the call whenever I was playing Napkino's Marth and he was playing so insanely good. I was just like, this is
Yep, I remember
impossible.
that.
I was getting so mad, and you could definitely bring it to that point. There's obviously just like some areas where you just like kind of give me free hits or you just like go in too hard, especially whenever I'm like ledge camping you.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out with time. There's also a couple things I've labbed versus the ledge stuff that you'll see in the future. But you didn't play a Puff at No John's 5. But
I got lucky.
so your run was you beat Jude, you beat
404 Cray.
404 Cray, you beat BobbyBigBallz, Chicken Man 400, right? That's his tag
Yeah,
400.
that's a
Yeah.
tag now.
You beat no, you lost to Chem in winners finals, and then you dropped
And
to losers finals. You beat
and
Krudo again, and then you won the tournament over Chem twice
yeah,
in
and we're
Philly.
like in his region. Yep.
Exactly, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. The Philly people hate me. Boom.
They're so loud. How does the crowd affect you as you're playing like that? Like whenever you have not only people rooting for you but cheering hard against you.
Well, I mean, I thought I was I thought I was gonna be fine for the most part, except I remember when that happened. So, I got really scared because I was like, I don't think you should be up here at all.
And whenever I
And you
walked
jump. I'm
up
not
there,
even gonna lie. You jump scared me when you walked up to me. I was like, where the hell did you come from? Literally, that was my mind. Because I was talking to him before you walked up. I was like, okay, because he was telling me before, he said if the bracket resets, can we switch ports? And I was like, sure, we can do that. And so I asked him and was like, do you want to switch ports now? And then he was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And then I just saw you right behind me, and then I heard literally the person. I think what's funny about the I almost said Creed. Creed was a different story. No Jawns. I remember. I remember the one guy who ran. He was. This is one of the people who ran up on the stage when I won. He was the very first person who booed at me.
What?
Yeah. He was like, I'm pretty sure he's the guy in like some red sweater. He's like directly behind me
Dude, we
during
got
that set.
fake
Yep.
people in the crowd just being your best friend, and then the next tournament they're just like, boo,
Boo.
Rat Monster, boo.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. Also, why did. So, whenever you guys switched ports, did you change, like, your stage striking?
No, we just immediately started Battlefield.
That's so strange.
We,
Because
we the very first time we striked in winners finals, I think.
if
No,
somebody,
yeah, I striked
just to let
first.
you know in the future, if somebody wins their preferred port, like since he asked you to switch ports, you should have struck first. I know you guys were probably going to start Battlefield anyway, but just to let you know, that's how that works. So, like, let's say you RPS for ports, right? The
Yep.
loser gets to strike first at the very least. So when he asks you to switch ports between grand sets, you should have been able to strike first, of course.
Oh yeah, but
And
then
who knows, that might have made you end up starting on Fountain or something like that, which you're a big fan of Fountain now, right?
yeah, but even then, the first time we striked, we didn't have Fountain as like the last two options, anyways. So
What was it, Battlefield and Dreamland?
Battlefield and Yoshi's.
Yeah, makes sense. How do you feel? I was asking Misfire about this. How do you feel about like just Luigi's stages versus spacies? Because his opinions are very different from yours. I know he
I
hates
mean,
Battlefield for some reason, probably because of top platform, which I get.
yeah. I mean, we saw what happened when I almost got destroyed by Kevin Maples on. I mean, I did get destroyed, but not bad, not like really, really bad to the point where I was about to get clipped.
Yeah, I'm not
That's all that
showing that
matters.
set. There will be no evidence of that.
Delete it immediately. I mean, yeah, when boxes do that and I'm playing like in like baby mode for some reason.
Yeah.
I decided to run in a lot. I don't know why I did that because the first game I literally almost three stocked him. So theoretically I should have just won that set on Battlefield.
Yeah.
But I don't know why.
I do think Battlefield can
Crash
be
out.
really rough, as you can see whenever Fox is like just super plat camping you and you become a chaser. There's so many moments, like even not on Battlefield, but it's especially bad on Battlefield because the top platform is the highest in the game, where you're just like trying to full hop fair Fox and when he's at zero. So even if your move does hit, you're not getting a knockdown or anything. It's just like the risk reward is just not in your favor, and we've talked about that a lot. And it's good that that happens to you sometimes because it's reminding you, oh yeah, I shouldn't be doing this. If I
No.
if I really try to chase Fox too hard, it looks really bad for me.
Oh, clearly, yeah. I don't know why my mind hasn't normalized that yet, and I still run in like a dumb shit sometimes.
I mean, it's probably because you play like a lot of different people, and some people let you get away with that. Also, it's game five, and you're probably thinking, and you start getting like hit a lot, and you're getting lasered, and you're just like, I need to hit him. I need to hit him. I need to like even this back up.
No, yeah. That I don't think that's what happened, but to be honest, it probably did because I can't recall exactly how I felt in that moment. I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to get one hit in, so then chain grab Alex doesn't have to keep talking.
And you
That's
did.
all I was thinking. I was like, I'm gonna get one hit in and then I win the set. I didn't win, obviously, but I didn't get JV5. That's all that matters.
Dude, I get my one hit, I'm just running. I'm just like, peace.
I was thinking about doing that, but I was like, that's not very characteristic of me. So
Yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah,
no, I never give up.
yeah. You're actually a monster. Hence your tag. Me, I'm just like, I get my hit. I'm just like, peace.
I can't do that. Even if I really feel like it, I'm just like, but what if I just kept going and somehow won by a miracle? Obviously that'd be really hard to do against freaking Maples, but I'll learn eventually. I'll learn eventually that
Yeah,
I can actually just wait and win.
yeah. Since we're talking about that, what do you think about you and Kevin's rivalry? Since the race to number one is the closest it's ever been in a really long time. You guys are tied in sets now, 3-3.
I think it was a little bit more chill before because, like, obviously, one, he beat me all the time before, and two, he used to live in Virginia. But now that, like, MDVA, since he's Maryland and I'm Virginia now, and, like, it's really close, it's like, okay, I low key really want this because I don't know how many years in a row Kevin's gone number one, but but I do want to break the streak eventually. We're even in sets right now, but I don't have a losing record to anybody, you know?
Yeah, and he
So
has a losing record to Craig and Junebug at the moment.
at the moment, unless they enter something and then Kevin gets like an even or winning record on them, then potentially. But I
Yeah,
mean, who
I'm
knows?
sure Kevin.
I want to at least get a winning record on him and then potentially secure that spot. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
I'm sure Kevin and Junebug will play at Inyam, and I'm sure Crike will enter something. So,
Inium, well, Inium ended, I think.
well, you can see how much I pay attention. I don't know what
Well,
Junebug's gonna go to actually. That was like the one
bare
tournament he was
necessities.
like, yeah, yeah, he'll be there.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
yeah,
I'm gonna make some waves. Me on super
yeah, for
practice,
sure.
dude. Oh my god,
Yeah,
we played
me.
friendlies yesterday. That was the hardest you beat me like ever.
I had to lock in after you said nope, best of first to five with me right now, and then we just kept playing. I was like, okay, I'll go my dock, and we'll see how it goes.
Hey, love if
Oh
you'd
yeah,
known,
that's
I won like 8 games in a row versus your doc at one point. You ended up winning most of them
no,
anyway,
yeah,
but
you were about to
I had a
win like a
streak.
full. You were about to win three full sets against me in like a multiple best of fives. I was like, oh nope, nope, no, I'm actually gonna win. You're not beating me. But also, come on, I'm not no Sebas. I'm not gonna freaking lose to you 9 times in a row.
Dude, oh my god. Not to mention this because you want to talk about Bubba's beating you know who?
Oh yeah,
So Zayn was
that's a
doing
crash
yeah,
out.
Zayn was doing his like first to 100 unranked streak, and
And loses at the
yesterday, as
six.
of this recording, he lost at 60 to our friend Sevis, which I call Bubba's. He's a dot player from New York, and I had like a whole schizo rant about how did the number one player die to Doc up throw fair at 60 on Stadium?
He, I think he straight up he did no DI on the up throw,
Yeah,
gave him the freest fair, and then held in on the strong hit, and went
I know, and
straight.
it doesn't make any sense because Zayn plays Doc a decent amount because he's trying to prove like his tier list correct. It's like
Bro,
you know how to DI Doc forward or not to not die at 60. It just like I literally did I need data and I like spun the stick everywhere. He chose the one single DI up and in that would kill him. If he DI'd
I
up,
am.
he would have lived. If he DI'd away, he would have lived. If he DI'd up and away, he would have lived. If he did no DI, he would have lived. And it's not even close. He would have lived by a lot. He just shows the one that would kill him. And I'm just
Oh
like,
my
there's
god,
no DI mix up. Even if he did up air, holding in on the up air would be bad. For example, it just didn't make any sense.
I don't get that guy sometimes. I'm officially the best Marth versus Bulbous right now.
What about me? What
How
about
much
me?
do you? Oh, that's true. Can you beat his Mario though?
Yeah, I,
Sometimes.
sometimes, yeah. I don't know why I struggle more versus. It's the same thing versus you. You barely pill versus me as Doc, and that's like what I struggle with more for whatever reason. I'm really good at just like slicing through pills and like choosing my spots very well in that matchup. But then whenever it comes to Mario, since his fireball goes a lot more horizontal, my brain just shuts down for some reason. I still like go even with his Mario, or sometimes even like positive on him. But yeah, it's stupid. I'm dumb. Anyways, enough about me. This is not the me interview talking about me losing to Bulbus's Mario. But at No Jawns, right? I want to talk about your run. So you started with Jude, and how do you feel going from like a pre-local, like you two played at the pre-local, and you
Yeah.
won that like 3-1. How does it feel going from like a pre-local or like any type of tournament? You played somebody very recently, and then you play them on a bigger stage. How do you go from playing them and like thinking about like the previous set you had, like how do you apply that to the new set, or do you not just think about it like that at all?
Well, I kind of make myself have dementia and just forget that the set before that even happened, you know? Sometimes it's better that way, not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it's like a
Like,
clean slate.
yeah, it's a different day. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, I was expecting to play. Remember, I was expecting to play Dawson. I was practicing for Puff, and
Yeah.
then that never happened because Jude beat him 3-1.
Yeah, I was watching the Jude Dawson set, and and when Jude won, I was obviously a Marth player.
Max flips.
I was like, good shit, dude.
Yeah, Jude's the homie, so that's
It was
so
funny
good.
because his Risha was watching, and they like it felt like they were barely cheering for whatever reason. I don't know. And then whenever he won, I was like the only one that like congratulated him. I was just like, what's
Man,
going on? Philly's giving interesting vibes. That's all I'll say.
then I don't know how to describe it. Tri-state crew or crowds are they're very different from MDVA crowds. I'll say that.
Yeah.
We definitely love our top players. I think,
Yeah. Meanwhile, like
except for one of them.
Meanwhile, Kush is like he like goes like last stock, last hit versus Slug, like game 5 and everything, and then like barely loses, and then you just have Safal. Let's go, Kush.
Doesn't even say the right fucking thing. Can't believe we're
Imagine
bringing up that
congratulating somebody after they lose.
Game 5 last hit. Oh my god. I think it goes without saying that I think it's funny that Kush just practiced Peach for like a little bit, but also I don't even think he's ever pulled his Peach out in bracket ever.
Um, I think he has. It's just been a very long time. It's definitely just like one of those secondary characters he has that he doesn't have too many hours in. But I've played his Samus, I've played his Sheik, and I've played like maybe like 1 or 2 games versus his Peach. I also played like his Roy a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much better he got though, because even back
Yeah.
then, I was like 17 years old whenever I first played him, and I'm 24 now, so that was like 2018 or something. I'm old. I was playing him, and he would just like play whoever, and it didn't really make much of a difference. But nowadays, he's like really good. He's like taking some games off me and stuff, and he's even won a set over me one time when a grand finals reset. But yeah, he's gotten a lot better. He even has like a positive record on Melon. Melon's also gotten a lot better, but he still has like a
Ah,
Sheik problem.
that's MDVA for you.
Yeah,
You
there's
kind
a lot
of
of really good players. How does
that's
it
what I'm
feel
saying.
like? How does it feel like being in like such a strong region? You go to your like first tournaments and you're just like, oh shit, like this is tough. How do you
I
feel
actually
like
didn't
that
even think
developed your
like that. I just
skills?
remembered, oh my god. I remember playing Hua as my very first local match and I lost. I lost to them 2-1 in pools matches for round robin. And then I played Ethan right after. And I was like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah,
What
Maelstrom.
is this? I don't even know how I got fifth at that cave. That was my very first melee cave ever, and I
Oh,
got fifth. But to be honest, I think there's like that was probably one of the days where there weren't that many people, like
yeah.
20-ish,
Do you know
30-ish
who placed over you? Like any idea?
in that cave.
Yeah.
Seabass. I lost to Ethan game 5, and then he 3-0'd Ethan. And I was just like, what happened? I swear I didn't think there was another Luigi that would just cook here.
That's really cool though. You had like a Luigi inspiration right there. Whenever you're like watching Seabass play, was that just like really nice to see somebody like at your local play the same character as you and just like do it better? You're
And
just like,
beat
oh
the hell out
shit.
of the person I literally
Yeah.
struggled to win against. That was a time where Ethan struggled a lot against him. I'm just like, dude, wait, maybe I need to lock in a little bit. But
What did you?
also being an MDVA is like you will get good so fast. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see right now.
What did you do? Like? Obviously, it's like a little bit more different playing like a more niche character like Luigi. It's like what a lot of people consider a mid tier, even if we might disagree on his mid tier status. Like seeing somebody else play your character at your local, like how much did Seabass inspire you, and how much did you feel like you took from him? Like, did you guys ever like talk, or like how did that work?
I remember first off, it started off. Um, well, it's the little small talks because we didn't know each other too well, obviously.
Mm.
And the more locals I went to that he was at, we just started happening to talk a bit more and more after. And I think almost slightly a year later, we got pretty close because we struggled on the same things. He did stuff better, like his movement, his platform play. So I took a lot of that from him. And then after that, it got to a point where he was just like he was kind of sort of done with the game. And I'm just like, okay, well now it's time for me to like send the rocket out with Luigi's. So, you know, ever since then, I haven't really been looking to other Luigi's because before Seabass, I remember being like 10, watching Abate at Big House.
So
Yeah,
young.
10. Wait, no wait, Big House 5 was 2015, right?
Yes.
Okay, before that, my birthday's in December, so I was like 8 when that happened.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, I remember that. That was
Dude,
my very first live
I
tournament I watched.
was I'm pretty sure I was 14 whenever Big House 5 was going on, and SCJ Abate was like one of the first ever live sets I caught on Twitch.
Yeah, I
Cause,
remember I thought it was really cool watching a Luigi do good, and I was like,
oh yeah,
and my little young ass was like, "Oh, Luigi's actually really good."
I
Not
mean,
not too much of the case, but I mean, yeah, maybe it could happen.
you make him look really good though. You have a winning record on Krudo, like top 10 player. I don't know if he'll be top 10 by the end of the year, but points being like he got top 10 for the summer. You got a positive
True.
record on him. Like you've already like taken a lot of sets off of like some of the best players, you know. You're breaking into your own. And like I always thought Luigi was like an underrated character, but you know, never to the point where I'm just like, "Oh yeah, this guy could be like maybe he's like number 8 in the game or something like that." You
Oh
know,
yeah,
you
Luigi.
changed my mind about a lot of stuff just like talking with you, being friends with you, coaching you. I'm just like, I mean, you made me lab out a lot of Luigi stuff. You're like you completely changed like the way I think about the game as like on the grand scale of things. And you know, that hasn't really happened since like AMSA, of course. Like even before he got like ranked 2 with Yoshi, you know, he was having some winning records versus some of the best players. I'm like, shit, you know, he's placing top eights, and then he eventually started winning some super majors. Of course, he's fallen a little bit, but you know, it just showed that
But
like a character considered mid tier could just win a super major. Like I think Donkey Kong could win a super major. I think Luigi could win a super major. And talking with Jaw Raiden and Misfire, you know, especially Jaw Raiden, he has a lot of faith in the character, and he thinks Luigi can win a super major. He thinks Luigi's worst matchup, excuse me, is 40-60. And he thinks it's Falcon and Peach's worst matchups. I'm like, dang, there you go.
yeah,
He's been
that's not
playing a
too
long
far.
time.
Yeah, it's not too far off from my matchup list. Everyone goes even with Luigi or better. No, I'm kidding. But dang, yeah, Jaw Ryder has been playing like forever. Like, and I'm
2013.
wow, that's more than a decade. Holy shit!
Yeah.
And I've been playing for like 5 years, 3, if you want to count when I started locals. This is 2022.
Yeah, I usually start like whenever people start going to locals. And you start
Okay.
going in 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just crazy to me.
But also like players like Onzo, like the reason why obviously he's been like staling is because he's in a very small town now. Like he's back in Japan, almost no melee practice.
Yeah, I don't know how much he actually plays the game. I know he still grinds a lot on his stream, but of course, like, in my mind, I don't know him or anything, but I feel like his priorities might have changed a little bit, like, after, like, starting a family and stuff.
No, yeah. I mean, that's respectable.
Hmm.
I feel like everyone who's gonna everyone's gonna move on from melee at some point.
Yeah, especially if you've been playing for so long, but he was still at the Nouns Invitational, so I feel like he still has some fire in him. But point being, if for whatever, I don't think this will happen, but for whatever reason, like you end up like not caring about the game, like even like I don't know, like 6 months from now, for whatever reason, crazy reason, even though that's not happening anytime soon. I still think Luigi has like crazy potential because I've seen what you can do. I've also seen players like I know a lot of people give Krudo flack for how he plays in the Luigi matchup, especially whenever you and him were playing, like in the first few sets. But
Yeah,
those people have not seen like Krudo play the matchup now. Like they didn't see the No Jawns pre-local. They didn't see like the innovations he made at No Jawns and stuff like that.
I don't
Like,
even think they saw the friendlies that me and him played for
oh,
like
of course
five
not.
hours. That's like he was innovating a lot of stuff, but I think he has like a similar issue to me. He just doesn't implement them in tournament in time. Sort of like how I lost to SCJ. We played
Yeah,
for like all night, like 2 nights before or 2 days before Sunday, and I still lost, like really bad,
yeah,
terribly.
yeah. How do you How do you go from well, one of the people that you played at No John's 5 was BobbyBigBallz, and you guys have a little bit of a history, just like based on a lot of the net play sets you've had on ranked and also in net play tournaments. How did you feel like, you've never beat him in a set, correct? Or have you won like any ranked sets?
I've won like I'm trying to think. I've won a couple of ranked sets, but he technically is still winning all of them.
Yeah.
But I think I've only ever won like two. So, but also Bobby online, it's sort of weird. Spacies online is always different to Spacies in person.
What's the
It's never
difference?
the same. What's up?
What's the
Your mic thing.
difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah,
Well,
between them playing
I can't
online.
see them right next to me. That's it. No, I mean, I don't really know what it is. Something about Slippy Spacies and playing them LAN. Definitely, it's like I have more of a confidence, I feel like, when I'm playing in person, especially like versus Agent at Supernova. It definitely didn't feel the same how it did when I play him at like Waddle or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like that's the opposite for most people. They're usually a lot more confident online just because they're like in their own room and they can, it feels like there's less stakes because there's like nothing around them. Well, for you, why do you feel like you're more confident and in the zone whenever it comes to LAN tournaments?
I just like the vibes of an actual tournament, I guess. The people like even if I'm being cheered against, I feel like I'd still stay calm. Whether like in my room, there's no like you said, there's no stakes. So I could even though there are no stakes, I get to act however I want. So I could like slam my desk right now and nobody would care except like my sister who would just come in and be like, "What are you doing?"
So you like that there's moral consequences to your actions out in the real world. You're a
Yeah,
real melee player.
sort of. I guess you could say a real melee player.
Yeah,
Like
a real
what?
melee
Oh,
player.
definition of that? Like real?
A real fighting game player. Wait,
Well,
wait,
yeah, I
fighting
don't.
game players, don't get mad at me. Calling Melee a
Street
fighting
Fighter,
game.
Guilty Gear. But no, it's like if I'm in person, I don't want to look like a baby on stage. But also in my house, if I apply that, then I know I can also just not act like a baby when I'm at home too. So, go out, have more experience, and like, I even got to get a clip on him,
Yeah, oh
which is
my
pretty
god.
funny.
Oh my yeah, I'll show that. Like that whole it was almost a 0 to death. You just got one down smash and Bobby was at like I don't know, like 13% and just led to an insane 0 to death. Like
Oh, the No Jawns one. No, yeah, wait,
yeah.
both the Supernova agent and the No Jawns
Oh,
Bobby.
you were
I think
talking
it's fun.
about
I think
Asian,
it's
yeah.
funny. No, both of them are the same thing. They're also both on the same stage, which is really funny.
Hmm.
They're both on the same stage. They're both against Spacies, and they're both people I struggle with a lot online. Online.
Have you
So,
played either of them, Agent or Bobby, since you played them in person? Like, have you played them online at all since then?
agent was like 7 months before that tournament. So I was just like, because I went into it and I got I remember in the online tournament we played at in January, I got like destroyed really bad. I'm just like, dude, what is going on with me? Because when I play against Ethan or Kevin, I feel like I don't fumble that bad.
Hmm.
Even when I get destroyed by Kevin, it's like, okay, well, I know what I did wrong. When I lose online, it's like, damn, I'm doing the things that work and they just did it. What's going on here? And Bobby, he just goes for clips on me all the time, and it's like, bro, why do I even bother? He tried to go for clips on me on No Jawns, but none of them worked out too well.
How do you feel about whenever Bobby was doing a lot of side B edge cancels? Like he was just being very defensive, just shooting a lot of lasers and then abusing like Falco's full hop and then just like escaping with his side B edge cancels. Like how did you feel about that going into it? Because you were at the start of the set, you were struggling trying to punish that at all.
This ain't Shoe Legend. That's what I went into because Shoe Legend also does those side V edge cancels, and I've punished it hard before to the point he stopped doing it against me. So he's just like, I'm never doing that on Found ever again, and I'm just like, that's, I guess that's fair. You fuck it up, you have no jump, you have nothing,
It's really
and
no.
I don't even. What else did you say? So the side V edge cancels and the
Yeah,
lasers.
yeah, just
Yeah,
like
same thing with the lasers. Shoe Legend, I mean, he has that really slow Falco playstyle, which is nice to have in a region like where there are almost no Falcos anymore. I feel like it's just him. There was Busy Boy. There was Nurok. I don't even know. I don't know what the last tournament I saw him at. And there, Bobby. He's in Maryland, but I don't even see him in like
yeah,
anything.
Bobby has gone to like one tournament since he's moved to MDVA.
Inium, and that was about it.
Yeah.
And then went to No Jawns, and that was also it.
Yeah. How do you so versus 404 Cray, like the Falco that you played previously to Bobby, there was something I noticed on FD, just like a little funny thing I noticed. So you were like losing most of that game. You didn't turn it
Yeah.
up until like the very end. And a big thing I noticed, do you remember whenever we analyzed our very first set, you versus Kevin? Do you remember like
Yep.
or do you remember the big takeaway?
Uh,
Down
Not
smash.
really, but it was.
Down.
But I think it was something like punish, right? Because
It was about the down smash RTC, you remember?
down smash RTC, I saw. Oh no, yeah, it was because after it was way after that before we started implementing chain grabs again. Because I was like, I don't think chain grab is the way because low key down smash gets so much percent. But I low key gaslighted a lot of Luigi's about that. I'm just like, okay, wait, this is actually I did like unrepairable damage now. Because the
At
chain
least
grab
you mended it.
a little bit. I hope
You've
so.
gotten a lot better at the chain grab. You still obviously need some work because you always end it early with up smash. You haven't like really
No, yeah,
figured out like the entire flow chart. And you know, it's still better than just like dropping it, of course, but you know, implementing like the wave dash up tilt regrab stuff in the future. Just having like both of those options that you could be able to execute would be really good.
no,
Because
yeah,
sometimes it is good to end it early with up smash, because if they try to hold out versus it, they pop straight up, and then you get a juicy combo. But once they know how to actually DI it, you can still get a follow up in the tech chasing them because up smash sends behind them, then they tech on the stage. You can still get like a lot of damage that way. It's just like not as optimal as doing the up tilt stuff.
for sure. That's also one thing. My punish game is like if I can take it all the way to the max, I feel like I could just be zero deathing people. I'm not even
Mm.
gonna lie with Luigi. Like, could
When
you imagine how my chain grab game would be on like Cody or something like that?
yeah, it can be really scary because I notice a lot of times in sets, like your FD game is like you counterpick FD first all the time, and you usually win. It just sometimes looks scary when you win. It's like a little close. You usually turn it on near the end whenever the punish game starts really kicking in.
No, yeah, I used to not do that. I used to not counterpick FD at all because I used to be so bad at it.
Yeah,
I don't even know what my counterpicks were before. I think one of them was Pokemon.
you went to so many stages. Like whenever you were in that era where every set you'd play versus you beat every single person in the region except Kevin at one point.
No, yeah, I think that was at the point where I was just like, well, I'm going to try this stage because I don't know what works anymore.
Yeah,
You're just experimenting at that point.
and then you finally were like, you know what? I'll VOD review with Gibbles.
Yeah, the one time changed my life forever.
Boo.
No, boo, boo this guy. No I'm kidding.
Yeah, do you remember like one of the things we talked about was you would get a knockdown, and I was just like, you know, whenever you get a knockdown off of like down smash or like anything, you can definitely like react to their roll and like down smash again, which is like something you never really like thought about.
No, yeah, I didn't realize CC was so good. I didn't realize I could just react.
Hmm
I think that's the one thing I did with Luigi. I always went for a read
Yeah,
instead of just reacting.
yeah. And versus 404 Cray specifically, it was on FD, and you were doing like the down smash RTCs. You got one knockdown. I think you dropped the chain grab or something. Then you started down smash RTCing, and like that really changed the tides. It gave you the lead, and you like won in the end. Like that was the big
Yep.
breakaway whenever you started hitting that.
Oh yeah, 404 Cray. He's really good. And I was like, okay, if I lose to him, I wouldn't be too surprised because like he's probably got the shit off the lock. But apparently, I had a couple extra sleeves things up my sleeves, and I was like, okay, well, we're game four, and I'm up 2-1 somehow. So let's see how it goes. And then versus Bobby, I think after I beat 404 Cray, I was just like, I think we're gonna win, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. That confidence is really good. So, the commentator said something interesting during the Bobby set. They noted that it felt like whenever they went Yoshi's, they were more at a disadvantage purely because they weren't shooting as many lasers. Because you won every single Yoshi's game you played versus 404 Cray and Bobby, which is
No,
four,
yeah.
four in total. How do you feel about that?
Well, Yoshi's used to be my counterpick against a lot of people, so and I like love that stage. So when people counterpick me to it, I never feel like, okay, well, I have to win on this. I'm just always like, okay, this is a pretty good stage, me personally, so I'm not gonna complain about it at all.
You feel like you do better on like you even almost beat Ginger on Yoshi's. Do you feel like you have an advantage there in a way? Like you personally have an advantage just because the Falcos usually aren't shooting as many lasers. It's more tight corridors, so they're doing like a lot more just walling aerials. And do you feel like you're actually able to get in more often because of that?
Yeah, because like the small space, the only I think the disadvantage is that I can die really early off the top because of the shine, the double bullshit shine, whatever, man. But it's it's not bad. Like for example, like sometimes if I can go to FD against them, they have a lot of space to just shoot the laser. But it's also if I get one grab, it's kind of over for them. And we kind of saw that. Whatever. Now to upload the fastball sets, but like I got one power shield to grab, and I just kept it going, and he died off of the hit, off the rip, and I like zero to death him twice at on last stock. So I was just like, if I can do that every stock, Luigi's low key top one of the game.
Top one in the game on one stage.
Awesome. Better than Marth.
I will say, maybe controversial, of course. What? Maybe not. Maybe it's definitely controversial. I do think Luigi outpunishes Marth on FD. It is harder though. It is 100% harder. It's just a lot of times Marth's combos end in like a 50-50, which is obviously really good. Like Marth's an insane character, but if it'll either end in a 50-50 or it just ends in like an edge guard scenario, right? Meanwhile,
hmm
Luigi, if you like fully optimize his chain grab game, you can just like he has like zero to death follow ups. It's the same thing. Like Pikachu's chain grab, on the other hand, is easy, and he has guaranteed kill setups. Like no matter what, as long as they aren't able to DI off the stage at a really early percent. Even if they're at mid percent, Pikachu just gets nair up air and they're just dead. The only problem Pikachu has there is just like his grab's tiny and he struggles again in. But his punish game on fast fallers, even Falcon, is just like it's just really, really good, and it's a little easy.
For sure. I mean, it's also that too. Luigi, I feel like he doesn't have a matchup where it feels like Icy's Peach bad, or even Pikachu Icy's bad.
Oh yeah,
Pikachu Icy's is like, holy fuck.
yeah.
Like, J2 and Swift, they would have, well, J2, I think he's gonna start doing that now, where they have Foxes, 4 Ice Climbers now. And like, we even saw Axe switch to Falco at Now Invitational,
Yeah,
which was
versus
like,
Nikki.
I don't know about the Falco, man. You have a Fox versus Hbox, but you didn't like bring it out
The
versus.
thing is, Axe, like way back in the day, he was known as like a Falco Ditto savant. He actually was so good at the Falco Ditto, like back in like 2013, where he was beating like West Balls. He was also taking games off of PPMD with his Falco. He played the Falco Ditto a lot, so he has a really good Falco. He has a ton of really good characters. The problem is versus Ices half the time, it feels like he's just spinning the stick on the character select screen because he doesn't really have like a well thought out idea of what to do in that matchup. And we kind of saw it at non-invitational. But other than that, it's just like if he's having fun, that's what matters. But especially like he had the same problem versus Puff for so many years, where it's just like, am I gonna go Pikachu? Am I gonna go Young Link? Am I gonna go Fox? Obviously, anybody starts getting better at a matchup once they like pick a character and decide on it. Okay, this is the one I have the most fun with. This is the one I believe I'll have the most success with. Let's check it out. Not
That's
just
me with
spinning the
Luigi.
stick.
I'm only gonna. That's my only true and pride character right there. That'll be the only character that I use against every character, no matter what.
What was that doc that I was playing last night then? Oh,
Just a random character that I have on deck.
yeah,
Yeah, Doc Monster. He's just there.
Doc
He-
Monster.
He's like only very specific occasions.
Yeah, no.
It might happen again,
Yeah, we might see something in the future, huh?
Potentially.
Foreshadowing.
You know, if I do really good with Luigi, and then I start doing really good with Doc, I think that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I obviously like prefer your Luigi way more, and I think Luigi also just has more
Oh, me
potential
too.
than Doc
Me
in
too.
general. But there's definitely like a few matchups where I feel like Doc is probably a better character. It's just like
There's like
only a couple. It's like Pikachu.
There's like only one.
I would just see like Pikachu. Yeah, I think that's might be the only matchup that Doc outright is just better versus.
Maybe a little bit of Yoshi, but
Yeah.
even then, like most of his moves don't break the jump armor like Luigi does with
Yeah,
all his aerials.
I feel
he
like
has the big fair move, but then that's about it.
I feel like Luigi's definitely better in my opinion versus Yoshi, but who am I?
We'll see.
I just also haven't seen much of the Doc Yoshi matchup. I just feel like Luigi's gimp potential on Yoshi is like pretty high compared to Doc.
Really?
Yeah, because
I'm trying to think of like Cape, but
versus
I don't know.
Yoshi, what is Cape gonna do versus Yoshi? Because
I have no idea, to be honest.
Exactly. Even if
I
you
don't know what situation you would have to do that. His double jump doesn't do jack shit.
Yeah.
It breaks the armor, but it doesn't turn him around.
And even if let's say Yoshi does double jump egg to grab ledge, if you cape Yoshi's like startup of the egg, like he should just turn around and grab ledge. You might be able to like cape his egg and like the egg hits him. I'm not sure how that would work out. It's just one of those things I would have to see a lot more. The Doc players gotta get on it. I don't know why.
Come on, man.
I don't know why Bubba's hasn't like done more. He almost beat Aklo at the nightclub. He was literally one edge guard away and choked it.
Then there's the condiment.
The condiment
And
instrument.
An instrument.
Yeah, what was their names? It was like
Can't make this up.
Mayo and Bongo or something.
Yeah, Bongo. I
Bongo.
I didn't remember the Mayo one, but I remember Bongo.
Yeah, condiment
I'm
and
pretty sure he's a
instrument.
PM player.
I don't know. Bulbous has like a lot of potential, and
He doesn't go out enough, to be honest.
Exactly.
Like, he doesn't go out to the locals enough.
hey, at least he's like asking for a new adapter though. That's like one step in the right direction, I guess. Even though he never
He
responded
doesn't
to
know.
my
He doesn't know
DM.
He doesn't do the work of over.
I mean, if he gets a lossless adapter, he doesn't even have to overclock it. It comes just pre-done for him.
Good.
It's
Perfect
like
for someone like him.
Yeah, it's specifically designed for competitive play. But yeah, you can't talk too much. You were playing on like a 6-year-old GameCube controller for the longest time until like the
I
middle
don't even
of
know
this
where the
year.
controller is at right now.
Good, get rid of that thing. And you're
No,
also
I like to have it around.
no bad memories. And you also were playing. You didn't overclock your adapter until this year as well.
No, yeah. This year, I didn't know. Yeah, and Josh showed me some optimizations on my PC to play even better Melee. I'm just like, why did I not know about this?
Really? You should send it to me.
Yeah, it was like something. I don't even remember the process. I just remembered like this is the day after he got hacked.
That's funny.
Yeah, and he was like, he made a new account, and I was like, dude, who the hell is this?
Yo, it's Flossman, his brother.
Yeah, but first I'm gonna need you to play my game real quick.
Yeah, please play my game. Click on this link right here.
No, that was a crazy day when a lot of people were getting hacked on Discord.
I don't know how they fall for the same phishing scam. Some of the scams
know
out there are really like scary though, but
Oh, yeah.
as soon as they start going into like the game talk, which I've had several people in my DMs over the years get hacked, and that's the one I've only seen. So if who knows, maybe if I come across a different scam, I'll fall for it. Try to get me scammers.
Don't you well when you're old enough you might get scammed.
Yeah, because my brain's gonna be mush.
And your hair's gonna be gone and you won't remember how to deal with the scam. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Hey, you don't know
Back,
what the bald treatment's gonna be like in the future. Maybe I'll have hair forever.
yeah, if I start losing hair before you, there's a problem.
Um, so a few more things about No Jawns I want to ask you.
Yeah.
So we talked about Jude. We talked about 404 Cray. We've talked about Bobby. Going
We talked a little
into
bit about
Yeah, we talked a little bit about Chem, but going into winners finals, you're playing like Philly's best player. And were you watching the Chem Krudo set prior?
I was sitting with you.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm getting old, like you said. I forgot. Yeah, or that was a really tight set. That was really scary. Like Krudo had it,
I had no
and
idea
then
who
he
I
started,
wanted to
and
play.
then Krudo started doing the stupid, just like trying to do like the weak nairs and stuff. Even though he had him at kill for Sun, he should have just fared early. He should have had it, but that ends up happening, and he loses, and Chem
That's the
wins.
bonus.
Yeah, the choke.
Walk around the answer, and he dies to it. Deserved.
Yep.
Krudo though, I don't even know what happened there. I just remembered he had like 5 billion kill setups, and I just think he just missed it all.
Yeah.
And then Ken like brought it. He was just racking on like truck hitting percent. And I'm like, dude, fuck this character sometimes.
Yeah.
Then
Bomba's
shine
dog.
up smash.
Yep. Our favorite.
No, yeah, I remember watching that set. I was like, I don't know who I want to play because Krudo beat me pretty bad at the pre-local, and Ken he beat me the very first time we played, which was at Creed 4.
Were you
Yeah,
confident going into winners finals, or were you
I
nervous?
I was a little bit shaky because I was like, I don't know what's gonna work against him, and then it cost me a little bit.
Yeah, you were talking to me even beforehand. You're like, "Oh, why am I so nervous?" We were like preparing you. We were like, Eamon was giving you Super Ginger was giving you practice in the Fox matchup for Chem, and you were talking to me. You're like, "Why am I so nervous?" I'm like really nervous right now, and I don't know why. Do you feel like nerves affect how you play?
Yeah, a lot. I feel like
How much?
how much, like throwing last stock situations against Hbox much.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that bad.
indeed.
Look at me spamming roll at the cash box, and him icing me for 50 minutes. Yeah, great.
Uh, game it was. I think you went down 0-2 in that set, and
Yeah,
then
I did.
and then you.
I fucked up that FD game when I should have won that one. I after that I went into it. I'm like I'm pissed. I'm angry. I was just like, if I don't win this, I don't even know what to say to myself. And then I did win, but then I almost got four stalked on Yoshi's, which is like
Yeah,
shit.
what happened on Yoshi's? Do you feel like the anger was still with you, or do you feel like it already
It was done
dissipated?
with. I just think that was definitely the fate of it just being, yep, you're gonna lose. Because I don't know what happened on my second stock, but I somehow air dodged off stage at 20%, and I was just like, yep, whatever. I literally said it out loud too.
So did you already
And
like accept the defeat at that moment, or?
I didn't accept defeat. I don't do that. I cannot accept defeat. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna keep going. But this is bad, and I have to bring it back somehow. And then I'm down four stocks to one now, and I'm having the entire Philly crowd cheering a four stock, and I'm like, okay, well, I know a four stock's not gonna happen. And then it said JV, and I'm like, oh, a JV's not gonna happen. But then they didn't cheer for a three stock. Well, if they did, I would have won.
So if people want you to win, they gotta cheer against you.
Surely, surely, it's like it starts like fueling up in me, and like, yep, fuck you guys.
After you almost got four stocked by Chem in like a really rough game four, you walked off the stage, and do you remember what you said to me?
Yeah, I was like, I think I could win. Pretty much, that's how it went.
Where did
That was that was really bad, but I'm pretty sure I can win that.
where did that confidence arise from? Because that's not really what you were saying to me prior to the set. What
No, yeah,
changed?
what changed? Well, the aside from game four, I didn't get destroyed as I was thinking I was gonna get destroyed, but also it was very clear what I was dropping. Like my edge guards were the most important part of it. My punishers I think were really good, and they like turned the hell up in grand finals as you saw. Like he was missing a lot of his text on the meteor down there, but I guess he just wasn't expecting it. I don't know what was going on with that, but I was hitting him a lot. I'm like, okay, well, if I know he's just not gonna attack, I'm gonna up B him, and he probably won't DI it correctly either.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, I can take that to my advantage because I hit a lot of meteors and he didn't tech one. So I'm just like, watch this.
And you had to play another set with Krudo. That's another like you played Krudo twice the previous day at the pre-local, and it was a little tough. The first set I felt was like pretty close and very doable, and then the second set not so much. So going from that, where you feel like, oh yeah, Krudo like kind of played insanely good, in not only in this matchup but also versus me. How do you feel like going into? I know you said earlier you kind of just like you just like act like it didn't happen. It's a brand new set, but
Brand
did
new set, brand new day, but it's also like I was obviously I even told you like I don't think I'm gonna get past third if I have to play Crudo, not Slug, because I think Slug obviously I've talked about Luigi ICs with you before. Where I'm like, yeah, I don't think Luigi should be dropping against ICs, but obviously ICs now they're bringing it a lot closer. So you never know. Maybe Slug would have beat my ass
doubt?
because he is insane, but it was like I definitely thought I had a better chance against Slug than Krudo in that moment, especially with the way Krudo was playing. He was playing insane to win that too. Like Sheik ICs, a lot of Sheiks are like, well, this is dog shit. But when we asked, I remember we asked him, and he was just like, well, I actually don't think ICs is that bad. I think it's very doable. And then he won. so so yeah, I guess the confidence he had kind of inspired me, but also I was nervous. I was like, this is very scary now. And then you just told me, well, just go into it and do your best. And I was like, okay, you're right. I don't even have to give a shit if I lose. I'm just gonna do my best. And I did. I played really good.
Yeah, you applied everything we talked about after the pre-local sets. Everything around shield, everything about like using CC to just like low profile versus Sheik's like nair out of shield and stuff like that. You're applying all of that. And I was just like so proud. I was just like it hasn't even been 24 hours and you've been playing Melee all day and you were still able to apply stuff that you learned from yesterday just like that. You were talking about how you struggle to apply things in tournament, but in that moment, you applied so much of your learnings, and I was like,
Yeah. I remember feeling really disappointed that I applied basically almost nothing versus the SCJ when I literally grinded your puff for like a good hour or two. And I was like, I don't want that to happen again. All I have to do is just not get tilted and just keep it cool, or else I'm not gonna perform as well because I'm putting expectations on myself.
mm-hmm. And
But yeah, after
you did
yeah,
great. It was kind of reminiscent of the Smash Con set where you went up 2-0, right? You went up 2-0 in the Smash Con
I
set.
went up one. I went up 1-1
Was there a
in a
Krudo set you went
SmashCon.
up 2-0? Am I
The one at No
misremembering?
Jawns, yeah.
I know that. I thought there was another one. I must be thinking of something else. Oops.
No, I mean Gommel. I also it was also I was down 0-1 and then I won the next three games.
Yeah, I really like that you start Fountain now. It feels like feels very good
It
there.
feels nice because I realized Fountain Game 5 low key kind of sucks ass sometimes.
Why?
Because
Why do you feel that way?
I don't know. I guess it was weird how he was figuring stuff out that he could just hold down while I'm on that platform. But I mean, I don't know. I think just starting on Battlefield can throw throw it off a little bit just because it's definitely Sheik favored on that stage because
Yeah,
Sheik likes triplats. But also Crudo really loves Battlefield, so it's like
most Sheiks do.
I can't really give him that advantage.
Yeah, most Sheiks really like Battlefield and they're very well practiced there. It's usually like their go-to stage versus like most characters. Especially because those platforms are just like at a good height for her to like needle camp you and just like stuff you out. Meanwhile, in Fountain, a lot of times they're just like moving in and out. So a low like platform like this on Fountain, she whiffs her needles, you can just like get a free up smash or get like free fair, like whatever. There's just like a lot more space for Luigi to just like kind of sneak his way in. That's why I was like a Fountain advocator for you.
No, yeah, I think it was funny that Kirby Causeway also said the same thing that like the moving. I remember Save the Bees at the vault analysis with the first to five cash box. Save the Bees was saying, "Oh, I don't think those moving platforms are very good for Luigi." But Kirby Cause, I literally said the same thing you would tell me. I was like, "Okay, wait. If he's saying this, I low key should be doing the same thing as well. What am I
Yeah,
doing?"
I mean, even at SmashCon, whenever you had to play Krudo, and I was just like, I was asking you, I was like, where do you guys normally start? And you said Battlefield. Because I remember, like, you would lose Battlefield, you would always go down 0-1. I'm just like, why don't you try Fountain? I feel like it'd be really good for you, etc.,
The
etc.
very first time we played, I went up 1-0, and it was like I was sort of destroying him the first couple of minutes, and then we went last off barely won. So I got lucky that one time. So
Yeah,
yeah, Fountain, yeah, definitely. I think the starting stage kind of sets the tone a little bit.
yeah. I think Fountain and Yoshi's are both really good stages for Luigi as a
For
starting
sure.
stage.
Starting Yoshi's, well, I like Yoshi's on a counter pick. Starting, I think it's like the tight space is a little weird, but
Yeah,
I've also won on there a good amount of times versus Sheiks.
I feel.
Except for the J-Mook set, I run it really close and then I just fucking lost.
Yeah, my opinion has always been if you feel comfortable counterpicking a stage, you should 100% feel comfortable starting it. That's always been my take. Because if you're willing to counterpick a stage, which should be you favored, if you're counterpicking somewhere, you want an advantage. So imagine starting a set with that advantage. It should be a good thing. But I can see where you're coming from, because I remember like a long time ago, like Cody started FD versus Zain, and Zain didn't really like it at all, and he stopped letting him do that because he didn't
Yeah.
feel comfortable starting FD. It's just like I feel like you can't lose that type of mental battle if like somebody's willing to go like your best stage, like for whatever reason, especially with transformation since Stadium's not a starter. If somebody for whatever reason allowed you to start Stadium first, I think you should like immediately take it in the Sheik matchup, of course. But yeah, that's always been my take. So it's like game two versus Crudo, and it's like really close. It's like he's starting to bring it back. It's like a really scary last stock scenario where he's been boxing you out for what feels like a whole minute. How do you feel in those scenarios when it's like getting down to the wire?
Well,
You might have the chance to go up 2-0 if you clutch it out.
clutch it out. But, I remember I was like, okay, I'm literally at zero. I just have to get one hit and it's clip. And then he got me to like 70 within like just very carefully placed hits, I guess you could say. Like he was taking trades, but the trades were sort of favoring him more, and I was just like, okay, I have to get a really strong hit, and I'm just like, okay, one nair will do it. So I did the usual fall through the platform nair, like I do all the time, and he overextended, and he died off the top, and I was like, yep. Before though, I would definitely crumble in those positions where if I'm like really close to like taking a game lead, I would fumble that. I fumbled it versus Jmook because I all three kills I had on Jmook the first game at Full Bloom were all up B kills, and then it was even, and I was about to win until sorry, someone opened my door, I guess, until I fumbled. I don't even know what happened. I think I was all stage, and then I just died,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just willing to go back because I was just like. I don't think it was that bad, but that was also a time where I just loved Battlefield. And I didn't really counter. I like never counterpicked ever. I feel like
Yeah, you've played some sets versus. Oh yeah, I remember why I mentioned the whole like starting found thing to you versus Krudo because you played a set versus Krudo where you did all Battlefield, and I was tweaking out.
that was game. Yeah, that was a game 5 set too.
I was just like, oh my god, if he counterpicked the stage, he probably would have won. But yeah, I'm glad that we're out of the all Battlefield only RapMonster.
Now I have to do the same thing. PM no all PS2.
Yeah,
That one. Oh my
you
god.
going PS2 versus like Ike all the time. In my mind, it just seems like an Ike stage. I might be wrong. I don't know enough about the game, but in my mind, it just feels like Ike has some advantages there, just giving him more space. I feel like he's kind of
I,
similar to Falcon in that regard, where the smaller stage might be good, but I might be wrong because obviously sword characters taking up like a lot of space is good.
but it's also. I mean, I probably shouldn't have. kept going back to a stage that he was winning on.
Oh yeah.
It's like it doesn't even matter about the character. It's just like if he's winning on it, I shouldn't just be letting him go back to a stage he's
Mhm.
already comfortable on.
Exactly.
I think my issue was is like okay, it was really close last stock, and all I have to do is just take one more stock and I would win.
Mhm.
But that didn't happen. All 3 times on grand finals reset.
I always like the just change of scenery too. Sometimes a different stage can just be nice. It's like a little bit of a different gameplay you get to see from the opponent. You're just like, let's see how they interact with like the new stage. Let's see how their gameplay changes. I like thinking about like platform fighters in that way.
Oh yeah, that's true because they're platform fighters. Okay, I was thinking
Yeah.
like something like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, or
No,
where
they're not
the
flat
stage,
fighters.
the background just yeah, they're not they have no platforms at all. They just have
Correct.
they just have a different background, and that's like about it.
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm yawning so much.
I've been yawning this whole time, and
It's fun. So, you know, you beat Crudo. How are you feeling going into the Chem Grand Finals? Did you still have that like confidence that you
oh
originally
yeah,
told me? Yeah.
I went into it and I was just like, I think I'm going to win, and then I barely lose game one because I think Chem zero to death me because he just got a bunch of hits because I overextended or something like that, and I was like visually upset, which I never really do, to be honest. I think I'm pretty good at just staying calm, at least showing that I look calm. And then I was just like, well, this just might be the tournament. But then I was like, wait, scratch that thought. I need to get out of it immediately, or else I'm not going to win. So then after that, you saw how the next few games went. Pretty good. So
Yeah. There was one dude, what I have to have your thoughts on. So it was like one of the no, I think that was Winners Finals actually. There was a moment on Yoshi's during one of the grand sets where you're going for like this Gimp edge guard, and you specifically go really low so you can just sweet spot up B so you have enough time to like continue like a nair like combo, and you will eventually combo into up B. I'm pretty sure. Like it just like blew my mind. Just like oh my, he's so smart. He's so cool.
I don't even wait. I was just thinking about sweet spot so much. I was like, wait, I don't usually do that. I'm trying to think of what happened. I think that's like game four. Like he threw me off stage. It's looking really bad, and then I just started spamming there at the ledge, and he didn't punish it at all for some reason. Because I hit him with two nairs, and I was like 340, I guess, and he was somehow off stage, and all I had to do was just kill him on the side plat because small stage. Just because he can kill me early doesn't mean I can't. You know, I have a really strong kill move on the ground, no less. So yeah, he didn't DI the down throw when I did it immediately because I think if I pummeled, he would definitely would have like been ready to DI it. But because like I just unexpectedly grabbed him and down through, he had no time to tech it, so I knew I could just up B immediately.
And also during grands, the crowd was like getting even more hectic than it did during winners finals. You know, it's Philly versus MDVA. Like probably half the crowd is maybe not quite half, but we'll just say it's half. It was 50-50 MDVA in Philadelphia. You know, our best representative of MDVA is on the big stage. Their best representative of Philadelphia is on the big stage. Like you have this big clash of two regions in their home state. Does the crowd affect you at all in those circumstances? Does it make you
A
nervous?
little
Does it
bit.
like power you up?
I think you do both because I mean MDVA was there, so I was just like, this is good. I think that's literally all I needed to win. But also, like opposing crowds are low key kind of funny because especially at Show Me Your Moves when I played against a Sheik player and I lost, they're all cheering for like their hometown hero and like hoping that they would beat my ass. And then Misfire, he comes out of beating him off. And he's immediately behind me, he's like, "Yo, let's go, RapMonster!" And then everyone started booing him, and I was laughing at that. And that low key like locked me in for the rest of the set. I was like, "This is so funny! I can't believe they're actually willing to boo somebody for just cheering for their friend." Like, come on now, what? It makes no sense.
Dude, that's
Same
really
thing with same thing with Philly. There's like this one person. She was like telling Coach Messiah was like, "You guys are really lame for cheering for a Luigi player," and like, we're literally in the same region. What are you talking about?
yeah.
So yeah, a lot of interesting thoughts coming from other regions that isn't MDVA, but also I'm part of MDVA, so I know how the people act, and I don't really know how they're gonna act. Clearly,
Do you feel like whenever like funny shenanigans happen like that, it just like kind of calms your nerve?
it locks me in a lot. I feel like yeah, but I mean, showing your moves, I mean that's different than what happened at No Jawns, where everyone was just like boo or saying some random shit. Like, oh yeah, I remember hearing somebody complaining about the fact that I was using downbeat too much, but literally because of like them making fun of me, it had me stop doing the habit entirely. I was like, thank you.
Mid set coaching, mid set coaching.
Yeah, yeah, they were mid-set coaching me without noticing. I think it's funny that people were booing you when you did that, like the in between sets. Like they're completely different sets,
I'm
so it's like,
abiding by the rules. I didn't do
yeah,
anything
exactly.
wrong.
I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Well, the only thing is like obviously since Chem was right there, that was the only thing I got worried about in that moment.
Yeah,
Because
Chem just gets really mad. He's like,
he wouldn't do that. He was laughing a little bit, but I got nervous when he did that because I was like, okay, I don't know what he's thinking in this current moment. And I just remember I heard you like, okay, you're doing great, and immediately boo. So I got zero
hey,
information
at
out of
least
that.
you got the you're doing great part.
Yep, that's all that mattered. And I literally couldn't focus after that because they got so loud. I was like, okay, wait, I got it. And
Oh,
what I took away from what you said was not at all what you said at all. I
yeah,
was just
which
like,
is
okay,
hilarious.
edge guarding, cool. I know I can do that. It wasn't even edge guarding.
Yeah, I mentioned how every single time you get an F tilt knockdown, you always go for the roll in read. You wave dash back looking for the roll in up B every single time. And
No, yeah, I think I still did that in the second
oh yeah,
set,
you do that
but
like now. You do that versus me. You do that versus like everybody. I think that's just like one of your stem habits. I feel like you, especially if you get that knockdown in the corner, it's definitely possible to RTC them into something like strong. And
for sure.
depending upon how they tech, you could even still get the up B. I definitely think that's like a huge feature for Luigi getting knockdowns in the corner, because obviously the rolls don't go as far, because if they roll this way, they're going to be stuck by the stage ending. Then if they roll in, it won't go as far because they're in the corner. I feel like there's definitely a possibility where you can actually RTC it into up B. That's like my one of my ideas for like end game Luigi that I think is definitely doable. And even if you can't get the up B, you can still get like a strong conversion that could lead to a kill or an edge guard. I
Just another RTC rest with Luigi.
yeah, I think it's
Pretty good.
definitely possible, and I'm really excited for that in the future. Because right now, you're just still going for like a lot of reads off of knockdowns, and I think a lot of it can be like reaction based, and I think it'd make like Luigi's combo game like really scary. That's like whenever you start getting into the zone where like Falcon and Luigi have like even punish game. Like because the biggest problem with the Falcon matchup is Falcon just like he blows Luigi up so easily, right? And
Yep.
I believe Luigi can do the same thing. It's harder for sure, but I think Luigi can like hit just as hard. It's just obviously the neutral will be a little bit more in Falcon's favor, of course. But we were working on that. I mentioned to you, I mentioned the misfire like in Ja Ride, and I think like Luigi F tilt is like a really good just anti air. I showed it versus to you like last night, and you're like, oh. It's just like one of
Yeah.
those things I feel like in some matchups, whenever you just like let the opponent like approach you sometimes, that's whenever you're gonna start having some like ideas because you're almost always the one aggressing. Sometimes if you just like lay back and you're just like, you know what, come to
Ooh.
me. Because Falcon, his whenever he has to jump all the way across the stage to try to hit you, it's just like very telegraphed and you can just F tilt it on reaction. Really good anti-air. Just becomes a little bit more trickier whenever he starts like running into you and then just like halting his movement where he gets like really close to you and starts like doing like nairs in the space. But you can still like dash back versus it. You can make it very tricky for him. I like thinking of Luigi a lot of times as just like a mini Marth, and that's like the space that Marth really likes to be in. He likes to be like right outside of Falcon's short hop aerial range, where you're just like aerialing here. I feel like Luigi can
Yep.
do just like a worser version of that.
Luigi's just the worst version of all the top tiers. They don't
Uh,
know it.
Luigi
Except
definitely
Marth.
has some like unique cases where he's better at a lot of things though. Like his low profile with his crouch is really good because he's the only, well, not the only, but he's the one of the only characters that can just like wave dash in with his crouch and just like go zooming, and he goes so low to the ground where he just low profiles a lot of stuff. A lot of characters can't do that because their wave
Oh
dash
yeah.
doesn't go as far. But yeah, anyways, you've heard me talk about all of that a lot of times. So after, you know, last stock versus Chem, it's on Dreamland, and you try to go off stage for something, and you end up just SDing. You messed up a little bit.
Oh no, I remember that. Yeah, I went off stage and I could have faired him, but I got worried that fair wouldn't come out fast enough, so I nared him instead because nair's like frame
Three.
3, 4. Yeah, frame 3. It's really fast, and I'm just like, okay, well, I need to get a move just to get percent on him at this point. I don't think a fair is going to hit him because a lot of the times I've had parts where I've gotten really nervous and I would fuck up the edge guard with fair because I did it too late because I'm like, is it gonna hit? Or I'm just like, okay, this is it. If I just hit him, he's dead, and overcomplicate it. That was one of those moments. I did an air, and I'm pretty sure people thought I was just disrespecting or something.
I did.
I wasn't. I was not at all.
I,
I was definitely just nerves cracking up in the moment.
I think I
I'm just
looked at
like,
Kush. I'm just like, he's doing some troll shit.
not when the stakes are that high, bro. I can't be doing that shit.
And then, it gets the last stock. Like, are you feeling the pressure? Or are you still, like, really confident? Or are you just like, oh god, I don't want to lose this now?
Well, I remember feeling, okay, all I need is one hit. But he's camping really hard on Dreamland.
And he tried to
And,
back
and
throw
he was
showing
getting
you a lot.
no, yeah, but I don't know how I was able to like get this one back air, and he just didn't expect that at all. He did like no DI and went flying off stage from back air, and I'm just like, whoa. I saw that and I was like, yep, he's dead. He's like not no chance at all.
And whenever you won, all of MDVA rushes up to you. Like, what are you
Yep.
thinking in that moment after you finally win the tournament? Or is your just brain just, like, gone? You're just like,
I don't even remember how I felt. I think I felt pretty normal about it until my controller was about to fall on my hands, and like no one knows it but Kush. And I was like, dude, help grab the controller before it breaks. I'm never gonna play melee again if it breaks. Yep, retire from the SWAT. And he grabbed it, and then after that we just continued celebrating, and I was like, yep, this is pretty nice. But I don't think it exactly hit me for a good while that like, oh, I just won something pretty big as Luigi. Didn't think it was that much of a big deal. I just won I just came in, just won. I mean, clearly it's a big deal to Philly if their boy just lost.
yeah, it's also just a big deal because this is not only the biggest tournament you've ever won, it's the biggest tournament Luigi has ever won.
Yeah,
There's,
thank God.
I think there's like six top 30 players. There is one top 10 player in Krudo, and there is almost 140 entrants. So it's
Pretty
a
good.
pretty stacked regional. Misfire kept wanting to call it a national. I was like, I don't think it's quite there. And then we had just agreed that a lot of melee definitions for tournaments are strange. I'm like, yeah, but yeah, I would quantify it as a really stacked regional. But if Crudo's there and people want to call it a national, I'm not complaining. But yeah,
Make it better for me.
exactly. So now that you've won your biggest tournament, and you had a pretty stacked year. You just had a couple of just like dips here and there. So, what are your thoughts on your future? Where do you think you're going to get ranked for this year? What are your plans for next year? Just tell me all about like that.
Okay. Well, for rankings, I don't have too much care about it to be honest. I just want to play and do good and like be satisfied with myself. Because I remember I was a little bit happy when I got ranked 30, but I didn't care about it too much because I'm just like, okay, well, I think I can achieve higher, like much higher. What happens if I get top 10? What if I just become number one? It could happen if I super lock it in, but
I
it's
agree.
definitely gonna take a lot of time for sure. The rankings, I'm not gonna worry about too much because it's just there for like ego purposes. Like I would only to be honest, I rarely ever bring up my ranking stuff. I think the only time I would is if I have somebody like getting on my ass about something like, well, you're a nobody and I'm ranked 30. What are you gonna do about it? I'm probably gonna use it for those purposes, especially like annoying people that I know from school who would like be a little annoying about me playing melee or just like put me down. Those guys I don't have to care about anymore though. I'm in college now, thankfully.
Yeah. Do you know
And
how to be the blurb writer? I know Hoss wrote your blurb for the summer rankings, and I'd really like to write your blurb for this year, if possible.
that'd be pretty awesome. Loki, I'm actually gonna I have no idea how Haas got it. I know he wrote one for Malachi and me. Maybe I'll ask him, I guess. Ask from the source himself.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
That's
and then future plans. What were you gonna say?
keep going.
Okay, so for future plans, I think I was thinking next year was probably gonna be like a huge gap in break because I was like, okay, I don't know how I'm gonna get the money to go to all these things like I did this year. Because this year, from back to back, I went to CEO and then Creed and Gommel, which is all pretty crazy. And I guess you want to count M series if you want, because that was originally supposed to be patchworks, but Spark and Med ways don't work all the time. No, yeah, also that too. For Full Bloom, I was like, okay, Mom, I'm letting you know right now, I'm doing this thing, and if I win, I get to go all the way to Indiana, and you just have to trust me. And she was like, I don't know about that. And she was very on the edge of just like not letting me go, even though I won. And I was like, this is gonna really suck. And she literally talked to Med, and she literally told me afterwards, like, okay, I feel a lot safer that you're with him now. I'm like, oh, great. But in my head, I'm like so mad that like that's all it took. Someone like the most untrustworthy person has the greatest charisma ever, dude.
He does.
Spark,
He's very good at
spark,
talking with
spark and
people.
charisma, bro. Oh my God, yeah. Med, Med and Symphony definitely made a lot happen, and now since they're like on the chill end of things, Safal's making things happen for me too, like locally,
Yeah.
and definitely trying to do stuff like on other stuff too. Yeah, Med and Zafal definitely were also like getting me out to freaking Genesis, which is pretty cool. A lot of MDVA actually pulling up to Genesis, which is pretty nice. So yeah, that was definitely something a trip I didn't think would happen anytime soon, just because it's all the way on the other side
Yeah, it's on
of
the
the
West
coast.
Coast.
Yep, different time zones. I have no idea how I'm gonna apply. I'm gonna adjust to that in time. I'm flying in on Wednesday, so maybe I'll have a couple days to adjust.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna accidentally like the usual times. Like if I were to wake up at 9, I'm probably gonna accidentally wake up at like 6 a.m. or something.
yeah, I would. My advice for bigger tournaments like that is always just like make sure you wake up at like not too late, not too early, but if you end up waking up later, I think it's usually pretty good because you don't want to get tired by like the end of the day. Like I know Seven, like in our region in MDVA,
Yeah,
he whenever
Stefano.
whenever Stefano goes to events, he always likes to stay up really late and then just go to sleep so he wakes up late. He'll wake up just like a few hours before bracket. I think that's pretty smart. That way he just doesn't
Okay.
get tired by the end of the day. And you usually take naps like at events anyway, so even if you wake up a little early, I'm sure you'll find a
Yeah,
little
there's
rest
something
period.
wrong with me.
No,
Something
I
wrong with
wish
me
I
for
could do
sure.
that. I wish I could just fall asleep anywhere.
I think, yeah, I think like every tournament I've went to, I've taken a nap somewhere.
Yeah, if it works, it
CEO,
works.
I holy crap! I remember I went with high school like buddies I graduated with, and we're just like, let's have a trip in Florida, and I'm like, yo, low key, what if we could go to CEO also? And then, funny enough, the time we're gonna take our 1 week trip is also on the same week we're going. Is also the same week of CEO. So I'm like, okay, cool. You want to just do this? And it's like, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that was pretty much the start of it. And holy crap, dude, CEO, I don't. The way it was ran was very interesting. I'll say that. I think one, they really love their hometown heroes, and two, they also made me play for like, yeah, they made me play from pools all the way to top 12. which was very tiring because, you know, you'd think I'd get a break, but they had me waiting for a very long time because they would just be like, "Oh, well, you're gonna be on stream," and then they just made me wait for like an hour, which was already draining. Just like having to sit there and think about, "Oh my God, I'm gonna play Wizzy or I'm
Yeah.
gonna play my buddy J-Chew," and then we just never played on stream. They did that to me like 3 times, and which was really annoying. But that's another story to get into another time. But hopefully, all these other trips I can find places to take naps. Oh yeah, at freaking Gommel, I ate something like right after pools, and I was like, holy crap, I feel like I'm about to blow up. So I just literally laid on the ground somewhere in the venue, and I'm just like, I don't even know where I'm at anymore. And then I woke up, and it's like 30 minutes before top 96. And I'm like, oh, awesome, great. Now I'm just gonna play for like the next 30
You
minutes.
hear that? If you see RapMonster at Genesis, you might just see him laying on the floor.
But on a random part of the floor, you don't know where I'm gonna be. No, yeah, I think so far I was taking a picture, like of all the times we went somewhere, just take a picture of me sleeping on the floor. At Riptide, I definitely fell asleep everywhere, like at least I think a total of 5 times. I remember being in Gracie's room, Gracie and Symphony's hotel room, and I think the moment I just touched the ground, I just fell asleep, like just on the carpet floor, and and I was just like, yep. And that was an hour before I had to play P plus.
You
And
got that last second nap.
yep, it was awesome. Same thing at Deep Space Tussle. I they had a waterfall bracket, so whoever makes it out in winners doesn't play for like another 6 hours, and I'm just like, holy crap, bro! I'm waiting for a long time,
Yeah.
and I was like, you know what, good opportunity to take a nap right here because I woke up at 6 a.m. And I remember I was like laying there under my jacket, and then I heard someone was like, "Is he just sleeping?" And I was about to wake up, and I was like, "No, I actually need to sleep, or else I'm not gonna play well." And I got top three, which was pretty nice. I
Hmm.
could definitely have done better though, for sure. So we'll see how it goes. Next events are probably gonna be. Well, I know the three that are planned. No, three, two, one of
Isn't it three?
four, maybe
Four.
Cavalier, maybe like Cavalier Clash 7,
When is that?
which is melee. A week before Genesis,
Okay.
and then wait, no, the events just keep adding up. So the first one of next year will be Whorehouse,
Yeah,
I
Whorehouse
guess.
5, which is
That's
hosted
gonna be
by
hype.
our friend Jorge, the famous commentator.
The awesome commentator, holy
Yeah, the
shit.
last time there was a whorehouse was it was Whorehouse 4. It was supposed to be the finale because I'm pretty sure he was like selling that house or something. I don't remember the story, but I was there. It was in 2018 and I was 17 years old at the time. So it's been a long time. That
Holy
was
crap.
Yeah, that was like my first year going to tournaments and I don't remember the story of like how I got into it because it's still like kind of low key. I'm pretty sure I was only going to Xanadu pretty much at that time period. And then I think it was. I'm not going to mention that person's name, never mind. I got an invite from somebody, and his tag starts with a C and ends with an E. Think about that one. So, I'll tell you afterwards. uh,
Okay, yeah.
he,
I'm just like trying to think very hard. Who the hell could this
yeah,
be,
not who
to
you
be honest?
think, but I get invited, and so I
Wait, I'm not
don't.
even gonna say it either. I'm not gonna say it either.
So I got an invite that way because I saw the tournament and he was like, "Oh yeah, you could come. Here's the address." I'm like, "Oh okay." And then he was wondering what my thoughts on like the difference between Virginia tournaments and Maryland tournaments. I said my only issue with the event was that at the time I was super self-conscious and I didn't know how to talk to anybody, so it was a little difficult for me whenever it was time to play people and they wouldn't announce it, right? You had to figure out a lot of the stuff. You had to figure out who you're playing and everything. And I'm just like, okay, well, what do I do? I remember at one point before uh you got assigned a pool and it was really cool. I think Jorge was like at the top. He was like on the second floor and he was like looking over like the bars like down at us and he would say your tag and he would like throw a paper and that's like the pool you were assigned to. I think I got assigned to like pool 3 or something like that. But
Dang.
I pick up the paper. Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, I go downstairs. I'm like, where's pool three? There's no signs. There's no nothing. So just like a lot of just like asking a lot of people, trying to figure stuff out. And as like a super self-conscious kid, I'm just like, oh god, this is terrible. This is awful. I remember I had to play some guy named Guru. I'm like, who is this? So I have to ask the entire room. I'm just like, do you know who Guru is? I have to play him. Do you know who Guru is? I was like, I got led over here. I'm like, are you Guru? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, we play. And, you know, he's been playing for a very long time, of course. But, yeah, I play him, and I remember. Why am I talking about myself? So, I
Because we were talking
remember
about
I barely win
Porterhouse.
game one, and then game two, he counterpicks me FD, and he almost reverse four stocks me. But I won. So,
Okay, good.
but it was really funny, and I was just like, "Oh shit, you almost got that comeback." He's like, "Yeah, that would have been cool, but you're good." And then that started his and I's like little rivalry. He used to be like a goblin back then. He would get really mad about me gimping him. He's had issues versus like Marth, like the mentality for a very long time. It's only been just like recently that he's like, I feel like he's like almost cleared it up entirely where he doesn't get tilted versus Marth at all. He's like well he's very like well spirited. He's like a lot better at that matchup mentally and in the actual game. But anyways, like Dylan's going to whorehouse. I'll also be there. That'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited
Yep.
to. I don't know if it'll be hosted at the same location because I don't remember where it was originally, like the address or anything. But yeah, going to that. Like, what else are you going to?
I
Genesis.
think after that though, I'm going to Bare Necessities, which
Yeah.
was not exactly something I was planning for because I was like, I don't know because all the way. I mean, Richmond compared to everything else, Richmond is not as far.
Yeah, but then you heard it counts
But
for top 100.
yeah, and I was like, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe, potentially, and I was just like, you know what, fine, I'll go because I do want to do good with Peter Guru in doubles because we think we're both really good at
Dude,
teams and we want to see how
have
we
you
can do.
ever teamed with Peter?
No,
I think
I've only
I
played.
think he's a
I
really
think
good
every
doubles
tournament I
player.
went to, I played against him, and that was it.
He's actually a really good doubles player. I think you'll have a great time teaming with him.
We'll
Uh,
definitely be in sync. I feel like.
yeah, because whenever I was teaming with him, I barely played much of doubles because I usually struggle to find like a partner that I actually want to team with. But whenever I was like teaming with him in friendlies, oh, he's so good at doubles. I think you'll have a great time.
For sure.
In my mind, out of all of the foxes in region you teamed with, I feel like you'll be the happiest teaming with him. That's just my guess. So high praise.
For sure. Because I play with Med, and it goes so far. I mean, I'm surprised that we did so well for a good while, but holy crap! Sometimes that man makes me crush out just a little bit,
Yeah,
just a little bit.
he'll sometimes play like such a smart player, and then he'll just like do the dumbest thing in like SD and or like he'll just like overextend and just get like edge guarded and gimped. It's just like classic Spark and Med. But yeah, okay.
Spark Misty.
So I have one final question for you. User submitted question. I'm throwing it on you. You've asked all these questions to these other people I've interviewed. Now it's their turn. And when I say it's their turn, I mean it's my turn because I'm asking you a question. User submitted
Yep.
question from Gibbles. I didn't think this through. I don't actually have a question, but I'm going to think of something really good on the spot. Final question is, what's your most favorite part about being in the melee scene?
See, I remember thinking I was, oh well, I'm gonna get ranked and all this, but I didn't realize that you could just make friends in it too. I forgot that's a social aspect of the game. Like, I think it's nice how easy it is to just get along with everybody. At least from my experience. There's obviously gonna be a few times like my Hbox story. We don't talk about that though. And then there's freaking Bob Zain doing that shit to me for non-invitational. Some people are just gonna do that, but I think everyone else, yeah, you can just approach them and you're just gonna have a good time. And honestly, for me, I've talked about it with you. I really didn't like school because I really hated the people, and that's also like just made me grown up into this little awkward bubble where I'm just, oh, I'm me right now. Clearly, look at like I'm fumbling my words a lot, and I mean the melee scene definitely helped me develop social skills as like funny as that sounds, because I never had people I could just comfortably talk to like hours upon hours about our favorite game, our favorite brain rot game, Melee.
Brain rot game.
No, yeah. I think that's what I like about Melee the most. I could just hop on it and we don't even have to be playing Melee a lot of the times. We're just chilling.
And I hope a lot of people like understand that. Not only are you like you're RapMonster, you're RapM, but you're Dylan. You are just a person just like anybody else, and I hope a lot of people who watch that just like understand there's a lot of cool things to do in this community. There's a lot of people to meet. Not everything is about just like competing in competition and rankings. A lot of it just like comes down to like the soul and the essence of what the game is. It's just like actually just hanging out with your friends and having a good time, because it also can just like help you develop you into a better person. It can help
No,
just
yeah.
develop a lot of your own just skills in your day-to-day life. I think that's the most important part about Melee.
No, yeah. I think it's also, you know, if you have some kind of like, I guess the best way is like ego. Like for me, how I'm like top 30 or whatever. But I mean, don't be scared. Just come up to me and say hi. Like it's gonna be a nice talk. We don't like whatever like rank I am, you don't have to like keep that into account. I'm literally just a person like you.
Dude, it's so funny at like every tournament I've been with you, but also especially at SmashCon, there's like a lot of people that like walk up to you like, "Oh my God, Rat Monster!" They start freaking out. It's really funny, or like they start asking you like a bunch of like Luigi questions. The only part that I don't like is whenever they start like they watch you lose and then they're just like, "Oh yeah, like what do you think about the Peach matchup?" I'm like,
I'm trying to cope here, man.
I'm just
I think
like,
that's about
this is
it.
just the beginning. Just because he lost the law doesn't mean it's over for the Luigi and Peach matchup. You have to believe. You can't just like look at one set. You can't look at two sets. You can't look at three sets. Don't base your entire opinion on a game and its matchup just based off of like limited interactions. You have to sit there. You have to be patient. If the player has faith, that's all that matters. If you as a person have faith in a matchup, that's all that matters.
I definitely have a lot of faith in Luigi, but I think
Mm-hmm.
I've had obviously there will be bad interactions. Not all of them are gonna be
Oh
good,
yeah.
but a lot of them that I have had are very chill,
I
and
like I
it's
like
like
whenever they
fun to get
ask you
them.
your mashing method for Cyclone, because you always get out your controller and you show them.
No, yeah, I think that's funny. Yeah, I remember Big Piney coming up at No Jawns. He was like, "Can you show me how you mash? Because I'm very curious how you get such good height." And I'm just like, "Okay, watch this."
Do you have your
And it's
controller
just
right now?
I do.
All right, we're gonna
Yeah,
end
I guess
the
I could. I
we're
guess I
gonna
could
end,
show it right here.
yeah, we're gonna end the interview with you mashing, and I'm gonna freak out. It'll be a
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
cut.
dude. That VTuber is not gonna get my ass now. But yeah, hold it. I hold it like this. Hold down with the palm. I don't even know if my camera's showing it.
I see
It
it.
is. Okay, you can still see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then my left hand is not doing anything, so it's literally just my right hand just doing this. Press B and just move it like this. Now doing a really quick succession while holding down, and then you get this.
Oh!